I am Lieutenant Paciano Eugenio.
So your first name is
P-I-N-N-O.
Paciano.
Yeah.
Your last name is Eugenio.
Yes, yes.
What is your birthday, sir?
April 22, 1927.
27. So
Yeah.
you are
Nine, coming 93 years old.
you look great
Yeah.
still.
Thank
And
you.
where were you born?
In Santa Maria, Bulacan.
Santa Maria?
Yeah, Santa Maria, Bulacan.
And tell me about your family background when you were growing up. What did your father do, your mother, brothers and sisters when you were growing up?
My father, no, I know that my father is a farmer. We have land there in Santa Maria, Bulacan. We live there, all of us. We are 9 in the family. Right now, it's all dead. I am the one only alive.
Yeah. So tell me about the schools you went through there in Santa Maria.
I graduated in Santa Maria High School.
When did you graduate?
Wow, I forget.
1940.
No, during Japanese time.
Japanese time.
Japanese time.
So then, after you done with high school, what did you do?
I worked with this United States Health Service.
Health service?
Yeah.
Where?
Here in the Philippines. U.S. Public Health Service, who is doing what do you call that? I forget it. Service in the Philippines, service of the U.S. Public Health Service.
And when did you join the military?
After that, I resigned in U.S. Public Service. Then I entered last January 24, 1950.
1950?
Yeah.
And so that was before the breakout of the Korean War, right?
Yeah.
It was before.
Yeah.
And did you know anything about Korea at the time?
Yeah, I always heard Korea, but I don't know anything about Korea.
And so when did you leave for Korea?
And that is 1952.
Oh. And where did you arrive in Korea?
I think in Busan.
Busan?
I think in Busan.
Yeah.
Busan.
So tell me about Busan you saw for the first time. How was it? How was people there? How was children? How do they live? Things like that.
I will tell you. When we arrived there, nighttime. We are on the ship. Then we go down straight to the train. Then no light, no everything, silent. We arrived there about 8 o'clock in the evening. No light, no everything. After 1 hour after, I hear fire, but it's far. It's far from the place. But you can hear anywhere fighting, everything. Sound of bomb and sound of cannons, everything. Then we arrived there. Then we pull in line. They give us our gun, ammo, helmet, everything ready for the war. Then after that, the train goes. We go to He said, we asked our commander, where are you going? He said, in the front line. After a day, after 7 o'clock in the morning, I nobody, we don't see anything. No people, basta we just go down, then we go straight to the bank. The bank. I thought that there would be an enemy there, but it's still far. It's still far. I stayed there in the front line. I tell you the truth, I stayed there in the front line.
So, what is the name of the battle that you participated?
I stayed there in the front line for almost 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
Did you participate in the Erie battle?
Yeah,
Tell me about it. How was it?
It's during night, during night, it's hard to see the enemy. When we have already, what do you call that? Planted mine like that. When that mine is have sound already, then fire. We just fire without seeing anything. In the morning, you will see the sniper died, everything. Like that.
Were you wounded?
What?
Were you wounded?
No.
Not at all?
I was not wounded.
Never wounded.
But my companion, my others have wounded already.
So you were lucky.
I'm lucky because when the officer pulled me out there in the front line, after 2 days, they became a fight again by the sniper. About 3 of my companions died.
Oh boy.
I'm lucky. That's what I can tell in the front line. But
what was the most difficult thing during your stay there in Korea?
about my another mission,
What is it?
I became a. Then they pulled me out and put me in the intelligence work. I worked with this war correspondent, like that. But everybody want to bring me like this our officer. You will go with me. Why? Yeah. What job? You will just drive. Yeah, like that. They didn't know that I'm working as an intelligence.
They didn't know?
Yeah.
So?
Everything goes, they do something. Already intelligence work, you cannot.
Any interesting story that you got from your service as an intelligence officer?
Something not so much. I gather things that some very not so much, not so good, not so much.
Okay. In Erie battle, that was from June 20 to 21st of 1952. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who was the enemy? Was it North Koreans or the Chinese?
Chinese,
Yeah.
Chinese.
Can you still, do you still remember that?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
During that time, when there is a fight, when I was in the area already, I can see every day passing by the wounded people, wounded American, some of our companions. Because we Filipino are with the American soldier. The only
Was it 10th Corps? The American unit was 10th Corps, right?
yeah, we Filipino go with the American soldier. That's why our patches here is 45 division, not the Philippines already.
Oh, you work with the 45th
Yeah,
Division?
45th division. We are under 45th division, U.S.
U.S.
Yeah.
So, were you afraid that you might be killed?
I'm afraid because of my work. Even even though my co-soldier, you know already, it's confidential. We are investigating also. Even the enemy and your partner. It's hard because that's my work here in the Philippines.
Did you ever investigate a Chinese prisoner of war?
No.
Okay. And when did you leave Korea?
53 May. More than 1 year.
What was the most difficult thing during your stay there?
This cool, very cool.
Very cold.
Yeah, very cool.
Because Philippines is a hot country, right?
Yeah. Here, very hot. They're very cool, especially in the front line. Wow.
And what was your rank at the time?
What?
What was your rank?
My rank is corporal.
Corporal. And do you remember how much were you paid?
During that time,
Yeah.
that is triple pay. I think I forget how much I received during that time. But we received sample we are receiving 2,000. That would be 6,000 triple pay overseas duty.
Yeah.
Overseas duty.
And after you left Korea, have you been back to Korea?
Oh.
Have you been invited
Yeah.
back to Korea?
No, yeah, 3 times already.
3 times?
Yeah, 3 times.
So when was the last time?
Last September.
This year.
Yeah,
You were there in Korea?
yeah, with my family.
Wow.
Then I come back also last month. All my family, I brought all my family. We are 14.
And when was the first time you've been back to Korea? 2000?
1978.
1978.
We are the first to revisit.
1978?
No, 1978.
78. So,
First time na our group to visit Korea. When we visit Korea, wow, we have already building, everything, very fast. Before, when we arrived there, the house is only, especially in Seoul, the city hall is very not so big, and the door, the window is very small like that. And now, like United States already, the building.
so what did you think about that?
How very fast.
Too fast.
When we first arrived in, I'm very to these Korean people, we're walking, we are passing. Hi, Philippines, hi, Philippines. Philippine number 1.
Philippine number one, they said?
He said, Philippine, oh, you throw that canned food. Give it
Give what?
Yeah. With this plenty of poor
Food?
people.
Poor people.
Very, yeah. Philippines number 1. So we want to, because we have already parents also like that. We saw in the Philippines also. Kaya very, we want to we want to cry because we we, we know that people like that very hard for us.
When you left Korea in 1953, did you ever think that Korea would become like this today?
No,
Why not? Why?
because I know they are poor. I think he is very poor because when we arrived there, I think in my mind it's very poor. The people are in the street when they pass a soldier. I do like that.
So you never thought that Korea would become
Korea
like
will
this
become
today?
like that.
Yeah.
That's why I always want to go to Korea with my family.
Yeah. And how did your family react to Korea? How do they like it?
They like it. Last month, he came to Korea. Bring all my family,
Yeah.
myself, all my family, because everybody I want to see Korea. Even my grandson, everybody. I said to my missus, we will bring this all our family to Korea so that no more saying that only your favorite. You bring only the favorite of my favorite only. All. I stayed there for more than 7 days.
7 days.
Yeah.
And it was invited by the Ministry of Patriots
No,
and
no,
Veterans
that
Affairs?
is different. My own.
Oh, you paid
Yeah,
for that
oh,
trip. And you brought all the
all my
family.
family.
Oh, that's very nice. So where did you go?
I stayed there. We bought a house there. We bought.
Airbnb?
We stayed there house 80,000 pesos.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. I have 4 room. Okay. We cook. My family cook there.
Yeah.
Then after eating, go around.
So you had a good time.
Yeah.
And you must be proud of the country
And the
that you
people
fought
there
for.
are very good people. When I see my hat, only that Korean veterans. Oh, he said, "Oh, Korean veteran." That's very respect.
So
people there.
now the next year is going to be the 70th anniversary
Yeah.
of the breakout of the Korean War.
We are planning also.
Yeah, and we're still divided by North and South. And
I've been there 3 times already in North and South.
Yeah.
Indeed.
so what would you say to the Korean people about 70th anniversary?
Well, I think I don't know what to say, but I think people there are very good because people are very good. They respect all, especially if you are Filipino. Oh, you're from the Philippines. You are the first who came here during that war. How do you know? I said, because people here, people in my country telling that to our people here, kanya. The Korean officer there telling us that Filipino are. That's why I tell that to the people here when I came to my country. I said, they are talking about Korean veterans, Philippine Korean veterans na they are.
What do you think about Korea and Philippine relationship right now?
Oh, it's good, very good.
What
very
is a good thing?
Because Filipino are, when we see Korean and Korea, oh, that is Korea, our best friend, like that. Not like other, no, no, that is very,
So does Korean government do anything for your children?
all my companions here have a good for Korean, no. But my child, I don't, because I had little money to spend. They go. I don't go there to ask for.
Any other story you haven't told me yet about the battle you fought for, like the Erie battle, and any other story that you haven't told me yet?
You know, it's hard to tell about our work. My work here. It's very hard to tell. It's again our policy.
Is now Philippines is rapidly developing here too, right?
Yeah. I think so. That's what that's what I see, especially President Duterte.
Duterte, yeah.
Is after for the country. Is after for the country to be nice and good like that. Especially like that. Duterte had Butya to battleship. Before we don't speak like that. In the other president, I don't speak like that.
Excellent. I want to thank you, sir, for your honorable service for the Korean people so that we were able to build our nation as 11th largest economy in the world and very substantive democracy. And it's all about UN forces came to Korea to fight for us and protect us from the communism. And Filipino sent the 5 largest soldiers to the Korean War. So our relationship will prosper, and we are very thankful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you also.